Which Gone with the Wind star was the original lead desired for casting in The Scar? Find out as we take a look at The Scar, a film noir classic. The Scar, working title The Man Who Murdered Himself, is a 1948 American film noir crime film directed by Steve Sekeli and starring Paul Henreid and Joan Bennett. Eagle Lion Films distributed the film, which was based on Murray Forbes' 1946 novel of the same name. Spoiler alert. Muller looks precisely like Dr. Bartok, a psychiatrist who works in the same building. According to a chance meeting with dentist Dr. Swangrun, John Quellen, the only difference is a big scar on the left side of the doctor's face. He takes advantage of the chance and begins investigating Bartok, even sneaking into his office to go over his files. Evelyn Hahn, the doctor's secretary, discovers him, Joan Bennett. She kisses him because she thinks he's her boss, but she immediately discovers he's not. He persuades her to go out with him despite her dissatisfaction and claims that she has given up hope of ever finding any sort of love. Muller sets out to emulate Bartok, assisted by the fact that he studied psychoanalysis before dropping out of medical school. He takes a picture of the doctor and uses it as a template to create a scar on his own face that looks exactly like the doctor's scar. Unfortunately, the photo developers inverted the negative, so Muller's scar is now on the wrong side. He realizes his error only after he has already slain Bartok and is about to throw his body into the river. He doesn't have an option except to carry out the plan. Fortunately, no one sees the difference, not even Evelyn or Bartok's patients, save the office cleaning lady, whose suspicions he manages to keep quiet. Muller learns that he has a girlfriend named Virginia Taylor, Leslie Brooks, with whom he frequents Maxwell's, a high-end casino. It comes out that Bartok has been losing a lot of money. When Frederick Muller, who is anxious about his brother, tries to contact him, the trail goes to Bartok. Frederick is persuaded by the scar that the guy he sees is really a doppelganger. Evelyn, who had been uninformed of the transfer until now, but is now highly suspicious, explains that John Muller had indicated he was heading to Paris. Stanswick was convicted for income tax difficulties and is expected to be deported. According to Frederick Muller, he informs Bartok that his brother is no longer having to hide. Following that, Evelyn thinks Muller is a fake and he must have murdered the psychoanalyst. Despite the fact that he confesses it, she does not report him to the authorities. Instead, she books a ticket to sail to Honolulu. Muller learns about it and pledges to accompany her, but she doubts he would pass up such an opportunity to make money. Muller makes arrangements for his patients to be cared for by other physicians before heading to the dock. But he's stopped by two men who want to talk about Bartok's $90,000 gambling debt. They fatally shoot Muller while he attempts to flee. Evelyn sails away, completely oblivious to the fact that Muller is dying on the pier. After being under contract with Warner Brothers, Henreid wanted to move into producing. He optioned the novel that director Steve Sekeli had recommended and set up the project at the newly created Eagle Lion. Henry was excited to portray the lead, a mobster, because it would be a fresh type of character for him. After admiring Daniel Fuchs' work on Between Two Worlds, he engaged him to write the script. Evelyn Keyes was his first choice for the role from Gone with the Wind, but she was under contract with Columbia and Harry Cohn refused to let her go, so Joan Bennett was selected instead, and I think she was wonderful. The picture fared well at the box office, according to Henreid, but it was financially tied to 3 other films from celebrity producers. Henreid made no money because none of these ventures were successful. Thomas M. Pryor, a critic for the New York Times, described it as, quote, a thorough investigation of a clever criminal type. The premise isn't nearly logical enough to hold up to inspection, but the movie goes along quickly. The performances are solid, and there's always the threat of more violence around the corner, unquote.